Happy Thursday, Rutgers. I'm Cassandra Sheese.
And I'm Jake Gautreaux. We've got a fantastic show lined up for you. It is December 6th, 2018.
Weather watcher Robert Bennett will give you the regional and big picture forecast for the day.
Our own Cassandra Sheese will paint the town scarlet for this year's Native American Heritage Month.
Richard Carlson from Rutgers Counseling and Psychological Services will stop by to talk today.
We've got tons to get to. Let's wake up, Rutgers.
Hello and welcome, Rutgers. It's great to be here on this brisk Thursday morning.
We're here to wake you up every Thursday morning this semester with all the exciting news, events, and weather.
Well, Rutgers, before I get started on today's episode, I want to wish my co-host a very happy birthday. It was his birthday yesterday, and it's so exciting. I mean, he just joined the 20 Club, so what did you do for your birthday, Jay?
I went to work and then I went to class. Nothing special. I did get dinner with my family, which was nice. Went out to a place in New Brunswick, but
I threw him off a little.
You threw me off already, yes.
No, but it's happy birthday.
Thank you.
It's nice to always celebrate and acknowledge that. But, I mean, we're coming into finals season and we're coming into the end of the semester, so winter break is ahead of us and we have so many things. Like, we have a month off pretty much, so do you have any exciting plans for winter break? I mean, now that we have all this time off.
I'll be spending a weekend in Minnesota up in January, which should be very, very cold, but I'll get a little bit warmer after that. I'm taking a trip down to Florida with my family. We were supposed to go last year to celebrate my grandmother's 70th. It didn't work out, so we're making it up this year. I'm going with my little cousins, who I'm very excited to go on a vacation with. We went with them a couple years ago. It should be a lot of fun. How about you?
Well, that's so exciting. I mean, that is a contrast in weather. Florida will probably be beautiful for you. I hope you have great weather. It will be a lot warmer than it is here. But I'm also going to the beach. Not as much Florida. I'm going to Bethany Beach, Delaware with my family. It's something we do every year. So the day after Christmas, my grandparents come, my aunts and uncles from Massachusetts, all my cousins. So we're all going to the beach and we'll celebrate all the way up until New Year's, and I'll celebrate New Year's Eve with them. So it's nice kind of to extend the holiday season and be with my family and see my cousins who I don't really see as much and get to catch up with them. I mean, it's always nice to just be surrounded by family. But what about you, Robert? Any exciting plans for winter break?
Your plans definitely do sound exciting, Jake and Cass. But for me, I'm not really doing anything too exciting. Pretty much I'm just going to stay home, relax. I might go visit my friend up on Long Island for a few days like I did over the summer. So definitely getting to see him is definitely really awesome. But just being home with my family for the holidays is definitely very special. And just having that break from school is definitely very relaxing. Now back to you guys.
I feel like we are getting a little bit ahead of ourselves. First, we do have finals season right around the corner, starting next week. You know, a week from tomorrow is the first day of finals, and I don't have any finals, which I'm very thankful for, but this next week's going to be pretty hectic. Cass, what tips do you have for students that might be taking their first finals here at Rutgers?
Yeah, so my freshman year, I definitely was underprepared for what I needed to know, but it would just to be stay on your studying. I mean, if your final's the 16th, start studying the 13th. You can't procrastinate till the last day. Your final's your biggest exam. It counts for the highest percentage of your grade, so you really want to focus all your attention to it. And I mean, a lot of students have finals back to back, so we have a final the 16th and the 17th, but don't procrastinate the 17th final till you finish your 16th day final. Like, you have to kind of plan ahead, keep studying, and kind of combine your classes to make sure you're covering all topics. But what about you?
The biggest thing, as you said, is you got to really space out your schedule. Make sure you have enough time because we have so many, we have a lot of time and you might not have a final until the 20th. You really have to space out your time, just like you have to space out your final schedule. We got to space out this show. Before we get to the rest of the show, let's see how much you know.
Do you know when reading days take place this semester? We'll find out the answer right after this.
lose your ID? Not sure of what to do? First, send an email to lostcard@aps.rutgers.edu to suspend your card so no one else can use it. Next, visit one of the RU Connection offices to have your lost or stolen ID card replaced. There is an office located on every campus. Records Hall on College Avenue is open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. The Bush, Cook Douglas, and Livingston campus housing offices are open Monday through Friday from 8:30 to 5 p.m. The Public Safety Card office is open from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Monday through Fridays. You will need to pay for your new ID with $20 in RU Express. If you don't have RU Express, you can go to the cashier's office next to Records Hall before getting a new ID. Make sure to provide a form of unexpired government-issued photo identification when asking for a new ID. It's that easy to replace your ID. Make sure to keep it in a safe place so you don't lose it again. For more information and a more detailed explanation, visit pst.rutgers.edu/rules.php.
Welcome back, Rutgers. Before the break, we asked, do you know when reading days take place this semester? Now it's time to find out the answer.
Reading days this semester will take place Thursday, December 13th.
Well, Jake, I know you said you don't have any finals, and I as well don't either. I mean, being a journalism major, it's a lot of projects, final presentations, things like that. I know we have a project due next Tuesday that we're working on currently for one of our classes, so not as many finals, but a reading day is always just a nice break.
Yeah, for students that do have finals, I feel like a lot of students, I have a lot of friends that are business majors or pharmacy majors that kind of dive into their hole, and they've already done that. Just kind of dig themselves into like a finals bunker. And I don't see them during normal hours. I'll see them either after 2 a.m. or while they're sleeping if they're, my roommate. But the reading day is a nice day where you don't have any classes, you don't have any other responsibilities besides focusing on the tests at hand, and it's a good day for students to really focus on their finals that day.
No, I agree. I think that is the perfect day for all those people who have so many finals throughout the week to just kind of take that day off. Someone who I know who has so many finals is our very own Robert Bennett with the weather.
Thank you, Jake and Cass. It's weather watching time. Weather watcher Robert Bennett here, bringing you this morning's forecast on this episode of Wake Up Rutgers. Walking out the door right now, it is pretty chilly out there. Temperatures are about 30 degrees at this hour. There are some clouds from time to time moving through. Dew points around 22 degrees, and the humidity is at 78%. We do have light winds out of the west-southwest around 2 to 4 miles per hour. Looking at our headlines for today, we do have those continued frigid temperatures that are expected for the next 5 days. We do have a looming coastal storm threat, but it is likely to stay south. But barring that, we should have a dry 5-day forecast. We'll be seeing that later on in the show. Looking at today's temperature, high of 40 degrees, chilly with under partly sunny skies. Winds will be west at 5 to 10 miles per hour with gusts up to 20 miles per hour. Tonight, might even see some flakes fly, possible flurries tonight. Gradual clearing, though, overnight tonight. Southwest winds around 9 miles an hour with a low of 27 degrees. Taking a look at our regional forecast. Syracuse, we're expected some snow showers. Similar story with Pittsburgh at 35 degrees. Scranton at 35. Down at our Rutgers campus, we're expected some mostly cloudy skies with 41 degrees, and similar story down in D.C. Tonight, Syracuse, similar story, 25 degrees with that snow. Same thing in Pittsburgh. Scranton, some snow flurries, especially in New Jersey. You might see some snow flurries. Camden at 31. Washington, D.C. coming in at 31. Back to you guys.
Well, Robert, I always look forward to your weather watching time. I mean, that is one of the best moments of the show, but something I'm not looking forward to are those snow flurries. I mean, I'm not ready for the snow. I mean, we've kind of been pretty good about not having it. I think we had that, 1 or 2 days of it. So, but I mean, we are getting into December, and the best way to bring in December is with snow. I mean, that's when you picture it. It's your winter wonderland. So I guess I'll have to accept that we're getting snow, but I'm just not ready for it.
I refuse to accept it. I really dislike this snow. And I know it looks nice right now, and for the first couple times it will look really nice, but I really stopped liking snow when my dad said, all right, go pick up a shovel and help out. So now I don't like it anymore. So if I don't have to clean up my car or clear my driveway, then I'll be happy. So
Well, Jake, if we get any more snow, you'll be in Florida enjoying the sun, and I'll have
That's
to
the
bear
goal,
it.
right?
So yeah. But we have so much more to get to, Rutgers. So stay tuned and keep watching Wake Up Rutgers.
Being a Rutgers student isn't always as sweet as it seems. If you're not prepared, you might find yourself needing some help.
I need help. I can't find my term bill.
Luckily, help is here. Getting to and paying your term bill is as easy as tying your shoelaces.
To get to your term bill, just go to studentabc.rutgers.edu and press the button that says Pay Your Bill. From there, you can log in with your NetID or RUID. The site will direct you to your account summary where you can find your term bill for any semester.
Okay, but how do I pay my term bill?
Great question.
For payment options, just refer to the right-hand side column on your account summary page. It's that easy.
Wow, that was really helpful.
All in a day's work.
Welcome back, Rutgers. While the end of the semester is coming to a close, there are still so many exciting events taking place, as well as the news stories that are always happening. So let's jump right in. Thanks to a donation from Richard Weeks, the Rutgers School of Engineering now has a new building to further develop the bright minds of tomorrow. As the first building in Rutgers history to be named after an alumnus, the Richard Weeks Hall of Engineering boasts new classrooms and labs for robotics, drone research, and innovative learning. With this new space, faculty are able to come up with new and innovative ways to educate students as well as promote collaboration and teamwork. According to Thomas Ferris, Dean of the Rutgers School of Engineering, the new building will be a home for the School of Engineering. Unveiled at the start of fall of 2018 semester, the Richard Weeks Hall is already doing so much for the students and faculty that call it home, and it will surely do so much more for not only the Rutgers community, but the surrounding communities as well. Well, Jake, Rutgers TV is stationed right here on Bush campus, so we've kind of seen the Richard Weeks Hall of Engineering start from bottom to top. We watched it being built all last year, and it's really a beautiful building. Now that I've seen it, there's a video online to promote it, and it is gorgeous. I think the students are so lucky to have a space that encourages new types of learning, and I think that's a beautiful space.
yeah, it was crazy. It seemed like that building went up in weeks. I'm going to keep that one intended, but for real, it is really good that Rutgers continues to update their facilities and making sure that students have the best resources available, both on campus and online. Just like Rutgers has named Canvas the official learning system of the university. Learning management systems have become essential tools in higher education, used for everything from assignments and syllabi to content sharing and discussion groups. Known for its ease of use, flexibility, and mobile capabilities, Canvas is the choice of more than 3,000 universities, school districts, and other institutions, including many of Rutgers' peers. Canvas will replace the multiple systems being used across Rutgers as they are phased out over the next few years. The decision to transition to Canvas was made after careful consideration by a committee comprised of faculty, staff, and student representatives from across the university. While no official timeline has been developed, a project team will work directly with schools and departments throughout the process to develop a transition schedule that meets their individual needs. Well, Cass, I feel like the number one or a top issue that Rutgers students take with the online facilities is that Sakai is never working properly. Now, I don't know about you, but I have had a couple classes with Canvas. I've never had an issue.
Yeah, so I'm a DCI minor, so all of those classes are always on Canvas. So I've kind of already had that transition period of learning the website, and just like any other student, you have to learn a new site, whether we switch to Sakai or anything like that. But a lot of SAS students use Sakai. So this will definitely be a change, and it will take some adjustment, but it would just be like that if we switch to any other learning system. So I definitely think Canvas is great. It's where all my classes are, so it's where I do all my homework and studying, but it's always good to sometimes kind of step away from Canvas. Take a study break during this reading day and play with some puppies. The CNI Puppy Raising Club is training their pups to be comfortable with all types of people in a public setting, and they're bringing them to the Alexander Library on December 13th from 1 to 4 p.m. If you get to play with a puppy, you get to help it with its job. Why wouldn't you want to come? For more information, check out getinvolved.rutgers.edu. Well, Jake, I think that the CNI Puppy Club going to Alex Library is a great idea. So many students go to Alex to study for finals, and that's where you'll kind of get a majority of people who are stressed and things like that, and they're there from 1 to 4. So you'll get a lot of turnover of people coming in and out, and people who have been there for that whole duration can kind of step back from their laptops and go play with the puppies, which is always a nice break.
I'm not even going to be studying, but I think I'm going to have to go check it out at the library. I mean, you get to hang out with dogs. Why wouldn't you want to do it? And like you're helping it do its job. And if it's going to be a seeing eye dog is trying to get comfortable in a public setting. I mean, why wouldn't you? If I have to help it out, I mean, twist my leg, sure. but it's so great that Rutgers has so many of these events on campus to help students unwind and forget about the final stress. And if you're looking for a way to unwind before finals, then come to the Douglas Commuter Lounge on Tuesday, December 11th between 5 and 7 p.m. for a de-stress and chill event. Students can come relieve some stress by doing some relaxing activities, enjoy a hot beverage, and hang out with friends. For more information, check out getinvolved.rutgers.edu. Because I think it's great that Rutgers has these commuter lounges that commuters can come hang out in if they feel like they're kind of stuck on campus for a couple hours. And I feel like during final season, we see commuters here until the early hours of the morning, and then they have to drive back. So for Rutgers to not only provide the facilities and the resources where commuters have a place to go hang out, but events in those places is really good to see.
No, I agree. And I mean, while we all get final stress and the stress of studying and everything, this kind of gives them that break too. I mean, they don't have their room to go cuddle up in a blanket in or things like that to step away. So this lounge has this event to offer them that ability to kind of step away from their books and have a place to go because they don't have that room here on campus, which is always nice. I mean, I think Rutgers has so many events here on campus. We've seen them throughout the duration of the semester, how many fun and exciting things that take place. One of them that just recently took place was the Native American Heritage Month celebration that I was fortunate enough to be able to attend, and it was such a fun event. I mean, there were performances, dances, and educational speakers, so things like that really highlight all that Rutgers has to offer. So I want to have everyone take a look at this event while I paint the town scarlet at the Native American Heritage Month celebration. It's officially Native American Heritage Month, and Rutgers is here to celebrate. I'm Cassandra Schiess, and we're here at the Bush Student Center to watch a night full of performances and an educational talk presented by the Red Hawk Native American Arts Council. This is a space where art and history is mixed with a night full of celebration. Let's go check it out. What brought you out to this event today?
Well, I was actually just outside like the NPR, and then someone came. They actually invited us for food, and they said there was going to be a performance, and I kind of wanted to see that.
What is something new you learned today about Native American heritage?
So I didn't know so much about like what has been done contemporarily. So you have all these different cultures living together, coexisting in peace, and like making up these dances together and kind of sharing their culture.
Why is it important to have these educational programs for students?
Well, I think it's twofold. One is to help students who are self-identified as Native American to feel at home, and then to educate the rest of us.
What is your favorite part about educating the youth of today?
I think breaking stereotypes is probably one of the most important things. Just breaking those ideas that are created through media. For me, every time a student gets it, it's sort of like a plus.
What was your favorite part about today's event?
Oh, I have so many favorite parts, like when they were singing, dancing.
Whole thing, really. I don't know that I have one favorite part. I would probably say, though, the young child dancing on her own. It's a reminder of the hope, I think, that we have about our future generations and what's possible.
Time flies when we're having fun. Although November's almost over, we're going to continue to celebrate Native American heritage. But before I sign off, keep painting the town scarlet, Rutgers. I'm Cassandra Schiess, RUTV.
Well, Cass, that did look like a great event where students and outside members of the community can really be educated about the Native American community.
Yeah, like I said, I learned so much on that event, so I hope you guys learned something as well. Something more to look forward to is we have an interview with Richard Carlson from CAPS right after this. Okay.
The Rutgers libraries have some of the biggest resources this university has to offer. There are 9 libraries located throughout all campuses with convenient hours to fit any student schedule.
The Alexander Library on College Ave campus is open 24 hours, but before 8 a.m. and after 10 p.m., a valid Rutgers ID is required. The art library, located on College Ave behind Scott Hall, is open from 8:30 a.m. to 10 p.m. The Carr Library on Livingston campus is open 24 hours, but before 8 a.m. and after 10 p.m. a valid Rutgers ID is required. The Chang Library on the Douglas campus is open from 8:30 a.m. to 10 p.m. The Mabel Smith Douglas Library on the Douglas campus is open 24 hours, but before 8 a.m. and after 10 p.m. a valid Rutgers ID is required. The Library of Science and Medicine on Bush campus is open 24 hours, but before 8 a.m. and after 10 p.m. a valid Rutgers ID is required. The Math and Physics Library inside of the Hill Center on Bush campus is open from 8:30 a.m. to 10 p.m. There's plenty of space for everyone at the library, so come inside.
Welcome back, Rutgers. Here with me is Richard Carlson, and he is the community-based counselor for Rutgers CAPS. Thank you for joining me today.
Thank you for having me.
So, what does CAPS stand for?
CAPS actually stands for Counseling, Addiction, and Psychiatric Services. So we offer all those things.
And going right into that, what is the purpose of CAPS?
The purpose of CAPS is really to support students in their well-being while they're here at school, and hopefully inspiring them so after they graduate, they're also in a better way.
And like you just explained, what it means, do you have any specific services or programs you offer?
We do. We have a number of services that we offer. So inside of the counseling services, we offer crisis intervention, individual counseling, groups. We also offer addiction specialists on CAPS. We also offer psychiatric services, which is more for like the medication management side.
Okay, and I know we said at the beginning you're the community-based counselor, so what exactly does that mean?
So community-based counseling is something that's really innovative. It's only offered at a few universities here in the U.S., and ours is even unique among those. But the community-based counseling is counseling that both addresses the individual as well as the community. So we're meeting people for individual sessions, let's talk or drop-in sessions, which I can talk more about, and also tailored workshops for each community that we're in. So I happen to be at Mason Gross and the School of Pharmacy, the Ernest Mario School of Pharmacy, and the other community-based counselors, I think we covered 13 schools and cultural centers. And within those, we're able to meet people individually and tailor workshops specifically for our community, as well as offer drop-in sessions for students who are not necessarily connected with CAPS, but they have questions about what they're experiencing. They can come in without making any kind of appointment. There's a schedule on the website, which we'll get to, that notes the location, dates, and times when students can drop in and discuss whatever they're experiencing.
So I know you said students can drop in, which is great. They can just stop right in, but can students be referred to CAPS?
Students can also be referred to CAPS. That certainly happens. Students can also call CAPS on their own at 848-932-7884 and ask for to be connected to CAPS. At that time, there may be like a 20-minute interview that begins to understand what the student's experiencing, and then solutions can be offered. Perhaps going to someone in the community, if they're a commuter especially, they might want to see someone closer to home, or perhaps that means getting connected with any of the other services offered here in addition to CAPS.
Now, I know during the time of finals, we see a lot of students who are really stressed out, and
Absolutely.
it's kind of like a breaking moment. So do you see a lot of students around this time?
We do see a lot of students around this time. Certainly, finals is a big stressor for a lot of people. It's coming up right on the end of the semester. We'll also see students coming in for a lot of other factors as well. So we're getting close to the holidays, the Christian holidays, and the winter break, so some students may be going home, and there may be concerns about that. First-year students kind of going over their first semester and thinking, how did this really go? As well as seniors who are looking at all the questions that come up around their last semester, applying for graduate school, looking for jobs.
Well, I think it's amazing that you guys are spread out among so many campuses and programs and things like that. It's not just one building that you go to.
That's
and
right.
So where can students find more information about this?
Certainly go to health.rutgers.edu, and on that page then there's the medical and counseling services, and within that you can also access the community-based counseling for drop-in hours.
Well, thank you so much, Richard.
It's a
I
pleasure.
learned so much, and I hope everyone else did as well. So thank you for talking about CAPS and all the programs and services it has to offer. We'll be back right after this.
It's important to stay safe and be aware of your surroundings on and off campus. Need some tips on personal safety and how to look out for others?
Yes!
Well, you're in luck, because Night's Watch safety program is coming to Rutgers. The goal of this campaign is to focus specifically on physical safety, provide programming to change the misperception that Rutgers isn't a safe place, and educate students about the resources on campus. Here's some useful tips to stay safe. Lock your doors at all times, even when you're just going next door. Most thefts occur in less than 1 minute. Get to know your neighbors and people on your floor and building. This will make it easier to spot strangers. Take precautions when walking alone on campus, especially at night. Keep personal belongings in view while in class, the library, lab, etc. Don't update your Facebook or Twitter status with your location on it. Don't put where you live or any other personal information on your profile page. This makes it easier for thieves to track you. To learn more about the campaign, be sure to visit staysafe.rutgers.edu.
Welcome back, Rutgers. That was an amazing interview from Richard Carlson. I mean, I didn't even know that CAPS offered all those services. Even if you're just a little stressed, you can talk to them. They're just open ears and they give advice, which is always wonderful to hear out on campus. But something else I don't know much about is the 5-day forecast for the rest of the week. So let's head over to Robert with the weather.
Thank you, Cass. Yeah, now looking at the extended 5-day forecast, we can expect once again today 40 degrees with some clouds in and out of the area with a low of 27. Friday, we get 39 degrees, 21 degrees is the low. We stay in the 30s for the rest of the time, with the exception of Monday. We might actually be able to get up to 40 degrees. But I did mention that if there was that coastal storm, it would be in the Sunday to Monday time frame. Once again, I think it's going to stay suppressed to the south. Shouldn't be giving us any issues, but if there is a little bit track to the north, very limited, if any, impacts are to be expected. But as always, weather is changing, so be sure to check out the Weather Watchers at RUTV channel 20.1 every 15 minutes to get updates on that potential coastal storm. Follow us on our social media platforms at Facebook at RU Weather Watcher. Same thing with Twitter at RUTV Weather Watcher using that hashtag RUWeather, and our YouTube page at RUTV Weather Watcher. Back to you guys.
Well, Jake, like we said earlier, I mean, this week we're not really going to get that snow, hopefully. I mean, by the end of the week we saw that it's going to be a little warmer, so by then it would probably melt if we even got anything. But I'm kind of hoping the snow stays off. I mean, it's really hard to walk to the library when it's really cold and snowy out. I mean, that's when I more likely want to stay inside.
Yeah, it's always tough to walk around campus if you have to go to class, you have to go to the library, to the dining hall, if it's snowing or the weather is not great. So, I mean, it's always nice when it's a sunny day and not too windy to make sure that I feel like students don't show up if the weather, you know, they're looking for a reason sometimes to not go to something. So,
and I mean, it's getting colder out already, so we're kind of getting our bodies adjusted. I've been wearing my big puffy winter coat, so I've been preparing my big boots, fuzzy socks, but it's just when it's snowing, walking through it, trudging through it, it's just, I don't know, it's just that environment. But when it's cold, we have to do it because, I don't know, you can't avoid the cold, but the snow, I mean, I wish I could avoid.
Yeah, the cold weather just signifies the end of the semester, and with that comes the last show of the semester. And Cass, it's been an honor working with you for this semester.
So fun. I mean, besides just us, there's so many people behind the scenes that make this show what it is, and it's been such a fun semester. I mean, we've had some great moments, we've had some funny moments. I mean, we've had some little mistakes, but you learn and you grow, and it's definitely been a learning experience, and it's been so fun.
Yeah, it's been my first semester on camera. We found out at the end of last semester that we were going to be doing this come the fall, and I gotta say it's been a lot of fun working alongside you. We auditioned together, and here we are every Thursday morning, and it's been a semester to remember for sure.
And now I know something exciting for you is that you have accepted an offer for the spring, correct?
Yes.
So Jake will be interning with SiriusXM, which is super exciting. I mean, I'll be staying at my internship at MSNBC, which is always fun. So
yeah, no big deal, just MSNBC.
It's great that you're taking on a new commitment and things like that. That will be so much fun, and I'm sure you will learn so much from it. I mean, I've learned so much from mine as well.
Yeah, whether or not we'll be here back come January, we'll be right across the street from each other in the city.
Exactly. So we'll definitely have to go visit each other, catch lunch or whatever. But hopefully we'll be back in the spring if we have time in the schedules. It all works out with classes and things like that. So you'll have to keep watching Wake Up Rutgers to see if we're back next semester. But Rutgers, that will do it for today's episode.
For more events happening this week, you can go to getinvolved.rutgers.edu or ruevents.rutgers.edu.
Follow us on social media by searching RU Network, and follow us on Twitter by searching @WakeUpRutgers. We love to hear from you.
Thanks again for tuning in, and to Richard for joining us. I'm Jake Ostroff.
And I'm Cassandra Sheese. This is our last show, so we'll see you next semester.